For KRVN Sports, I'm Jayson Jorgensen. Well, the UNK volleyball team, who continues to be ranked in the top 10 in the national standings, finishes up the regular season this week on the road. Now, this past week, they picked up two big road victories, knocking off Northwest Missouri and Missouri Western. And head coach Rick Squiers was glad to see the Lopers fight away last weekend on the road.
Yeah, definitely pleased with how we battled and competed this weekend. It's kind of been point of emphasis the last couple of weeks in the gym, and certainly coming off the rough road trip we had with the loss to Pitt on the second day of that, we found a little bit of renewed energy in the practice gym as far as just trying to, play through the rally and, not give up easy points and things like that. And I thought we did that. Now that said, we didn't play the perfect game or anything, and we left some opportunities out there, probably plenty of plays we'd like to have back, and caught a break or two, when the sets are that close, especially against Northwest. We capitalized on, a couple of mistakes that they made, but had we won or lost in those two matches, I think we just played harder and we competed better and made things more difficult on our opponent from a defensive standpoint. So at least felt like a step forward, over the last couple of weeks.
You'd had a little bit of a break there in the schedule, so you got some practice time. Do you feel that renewed you a little bit and kind of a spot for your kids to catch a second breath here?
Yeah, I think it did. And, when you have those midweek matches mixed in with the weekends, it's just so hard to really address any issues that you might be having. And, every team has them. I mean, us included, and all the teams that are winning. And, you just don't have a lot of time to dig into that stuff. But one of the things we did the last week in particular was, we really looked at the rotations in particular that were giving us trouble, whether it be defensively or offensively. And, you always have some good rotations where you side out really well and your percentages are good. And you have some where, you tend to get stuck or there are concerns. And so we really kind of dug into those, tried to look at some options that maybe we hadn't explored before. And the same thing is true on the side when you're serving. And, we talked a little bit about, what rotations are we stopping people in and finding a way to score in, and which ones do we just give up immediate side outs in all the time. And so we, kind of like you said, I mean, you had the week to dig into some of those things, and they aren't perfect, and we still have, things that we do well and things that are works in progress. But at least, the chance to kind of dig into that stuff maybe made us feel a little bit better going into the weekend, and then we competed well. So just anytime you can win two matches on the road, or even a match on the road, you feel pretty good about it.
Okay, you got two left here in the regular season, Missouri Southern and Central Missouri, and you got a lot to play for. I mean, you got a lot to play for here.
Yeah, I mean, starting with the match on Friday, and it'd be really easy to kind of look at both matches as one thing, and they're not. And so I think we've always tried to remind ourselves that, especially in this league, and we got reminded of that a couple of weeks ago, that the most important match on your schedule is the one that rolls up next. And so that'll be all of our focus for the better part of the week, and along with just trying to be a team that plays better next week than we did this week. And I think we've got good buy-in on that. I think our spirits are good, and it doesn't make it any easier because the schedule is still not favorable when you have to go on the road 4 straight matches. But yeah, we're at least a team that has a lot to play for, short-term, long-term, conference tournament, potentially NCAA tournament if you can, get a few notches under your belt. But it just starts with trying to be prepared and ready to go on Friday.
And that was Loper head coach Rick Squiers. So UNK still with a shot of winning the MIAA regular season title. A matchup against Missouri Southern on Friday night, and then a huge matchup on Saturday afternoon against Central Missouri, who continues to lead the conference going into this weekend. For KRVN Sports, I'm Jayson Jorgensen.